Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Malinga Sise of Urban Harvest Organic Farm. For all of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, I am so grateful. And for those who are still new, please kindly consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Click on the notification bell so that you never miss out any upload. Share this video, comment in the comment section down below, and I'll be so grateful. Today, okay, I can say tonight because it is 8 p.m. in the night is when I am recording this video. We are going to weigh these birds, okay? It is the first time we are doing weighing. Okay, initially I wanted to weigh them when they have made 3 weeks, but I see tomorrow I will be a bit busy and I will not manage to do the weighing, and we still have a lot to cover. So that's why I decided that tonight we should do the weighing of these birds. Last time I made a video about the causes of stunted growth among our chicks, of which for those who have not yet watched the video, kindly watch. It will really guide you a lot, because today we shall not discuss about that. But one thing that you must know as a farmer, always feed the chicks well from the time go. Give them the right feeds and the right amount of feeds. I gave them pellets close to 3 weeks. And today is day 2 when I am giving them this mixed feeds. I just mixed them, okay, but with the right amount of the ingredients that were needed. So make sure that you give these birds the right feeds. That is the only way that your birds are going to put on weight, and the right weight. And make sure that the feeders are enough for the birds. One of you asked me in the video that I uploaded about the beetroots that how many feeders and drinkers do you have? Now, in the brooder here, I have 20 feeders. The yellow feeders, you can see. I have put them in line. I have 20 feeders, and I have 10 drinkers. You can see the drinkers are there. Okay, if we consider one feeder for 25 birds, okay, these feeders, they carry up to 3 kilograms of feeds, unlike the wooden ones that do not carry a lot of feeds, but these ones carry up to 3 kilograms of feeds. And the drinkers that I have, they carry up to 10 liters of water. So make sure that you put enough feeders for your birds. Don't put less feeders. And if you consider 25 birds in one feeder, it means that my feeders are less. But the advantage that I have is that the feeders can carry up to 3 kilograms of feeds. And also one thing that I have noticed is that these baby chicks do not feed at the same time. So the only thing that you must make sure that it is available is the feeds. Make sure the feeders are not empty. Make sure the feeders are always full with the feeds. Now, currently I'm giving them 17.2 kilograms of feeds. So I make sure that I give some portion in the morning, then I come and also add some. Now, like right now, I added some feeds, which will take them over the night, and then tomorrow morning we shall again put feeds. So make sure the feeders are not empty. Make sure the drinkers are all the time filled up with the drinking water, and make sure the water is clean. Now we started giving the beetroots. This morning I made a video about that. Please, if you have not watched that video, kindly watch it to direct you a lot. So one thing I want you to know about the beetroots, if it is the first time your birds are drinking these beetroots, sometimes you will notice some birds will give some reddish dropping. Please do not be scared. Don't think that is coccidiosis. It is just the reaction that they are getting, and that is also another way of them clearing their gut health being improved. So even you, the human being, if you drink the beetroot, you realize sometimes you're dropping, the color will change. So it also happens with these birds. So when you see the droppings of your birds reddish in color, don't think that maybe the birds have coccidiosis. You will be actually able to identify whether it is blood or it is not blood, okay? Because I noticed it amongst a few chicks, and you will also notice it when you give these birds the beetroot. But remember, we added also ginger in the beetroot, and I told you we are going to give the birds for 5 consecutive days. So please, it is important to treat these birds right if we want good results. Now, we are going to weigh the birds straight away, but I want to be honest, I have around 12 chicks, which are really small. They have not put on weight. I don't know whether the problem came from the hatchery or the problem came from here, but you see they are very active, they are feeding well, they are running up and down, but their weight is putting on slowly by slowly. The only thing that you can do for those chicks, if you have an extra room, you can always isolate them, put them in another room and give them a special treatment. Right now I stopped giving the pellets, but if I had another extra room, I'm supposed to remove those chicks away from here and continue with giving them pellets, broiler pellets, because that makes them put on the weight very, very fast. So at least in every farm, I'm very sure there are those birds that will always not put on the weight. I have not experienced that before, but I think the mistake came from the very first day when the birds reached here. So I must let you know some of these things so that you don't get scared if you see some of your birds not putting on weight. Probably the mistake has come from you, the farmer. So I have around 12 birds that are really small and their weight might not even reach the recommended weight. Now, a few days ago, I gave you this recommended weight. For those who have not also watched that video, kindly watch the video. So, right now the birds are 20 days. When they make tomorrow, they will be in 20. When they finish tomorrow, that will be 21 days. When they reach Tuesday, they will start on the 22 days. So, ideally, they haven't yet completed their 3 weeks, but we are going to use the weight for the birds that are now 3 weeks because we are left with only 1 day to finish, which is by the way a big gap, because with these birds each day is if they don't feed for a day, it makes a very big difference. Okay, so we are going to consider, this is the 3rd week is here, 150 to 200 grams. So at least our birds should weigh between 150 to 200 grams. But if we get birds that are in 120, we shall not complain, since we are still left with 1 day to make 3 weeks. So if your birds don't pick up the weight, guys, you're in a big trouble. Please, if these birds don't pick up the right weight, just know that your birds are not going to perform well. Your birds are not going to lay at the right time. So always make sure you have the feed intake, the amount of feed these birds are supposed to consume. I uploaded the videos, but I've realized that most of you haven't yet watched those videos. It is very important for you to have the feed calculation for these birds. Now we are going to start it right away. I have my girl who is going to help me. Then also another thing, as a farmer, you must always have the weighing scale. This is the weighing scale that I have. Should always have this weighing. This is a digital weighing scale. You must always have it at the farm. It will help you a lot. So we say that we are going to consider let's consider from 120 to this 200 grams. It is right there. Okay, since we are left with 1 day to complete the 3rd week, so let us start it right away. We are going to, I wanted us to weigh around 100 birds, but it will depend. If we get tired along the way, we shall weigh the ones we are going to manage. Remember, they are also very, very stubborn. Okay, so I will be noting down the weight of the birds. Okay, here someone is going to be sending it for me. Oh my God. So let me set up the weighing scale. So let us actually let my girl hold the camera as I get the birds. Okay, I'll just pick the birds randomly. Let me start with this one. We are going to first give a mark here So I will use a pen to write here so that we don't repeat. So this is the first bird we are going to weigh. Oh, this one is very stubborn. Oh my God. You see how these birds nowadays are very stubborn. You have to also make sure. Oh my God. Around 178. 173 grams. Okay. So the first one was 173 grams. The weighing is in grams. Okay. Let us write here. Shall just pick them randomly. This one is 172 grams. Let's put it down. 172 grams. Just pick them randomly. So I've got also this. Let's mark it here. So let's see. $148 grams. So that is number 148 grams. Should be at 0. $186 grams. $186. $162 grams. So let's try out this. $171 grams. $171 grams. Let's go to this corner. Just pick them randomly. These ones that are already sleeping. So this is one of the tiniest chicks that I told you that they are 12 in numbers. You can see this one is only 105. But I'm glad it's picking on weight. There are like 12 of them. 184. $174. This one is 210 grams. $210. Then this one, 175. This is 166 grams. 165 grams. $165 grams. So I think we are going to measure up to only 20. I wanted us to measure up to 40, but I think we shall measure only up to 20. Now that they are coming running to me, let me grab them. One of them I've measured it already, weighed it already. So let's weigh this. I think we have sampled. This is 190 grams. Shall weigh only up to 20. 190 grams. This one is 200 grams. Now this one, let's see. And it's stubborn. Settle. This one is 205 grams. This is now the ones we have caught here are the last birds that we shall weigh. This one is also one of the tiniest birds, the 12 birds that I'm telling you about. What? It's 112. Hey, it is also picking on weight. This one is also among those ones that are small. 148 grams. Also among the small ones. I'm glad it's picking on weight. 147 grams. This one is 200. Eh? $200. Let's put it afresh. Thing is dancing a bit. Need accuracy. 212 grams. We are left with one last one. This one. This is our last one, eh? So let us put, and we see. Make sure your weighing scale is accurate, eh? Should be at 0. So this one is 196. $197 grams. Wow. 197 grams. Now, we are now done. I think for tonight, let's stop there. So, I wanted us to weigh up to 40 birds, but I'm also tired, and I think we have already seen the few samples that we have got. Now, this is our results. So we need, for 3 weeks, when the birds are already 3 weeks, we need between 150 to 200 grams. But remember, we still have a full day, that is tomorrow, for these birds to complete their 3rd week. Then they enter in the 4th week. That's why I said we are going to start from 120 grams, okay? But if you can see, ideally there were no birds of 120 grams, except the very ones that I told you are very tiny, of which most of them I'm seeing they have already also picked on the weight. So let us start from 150 to 200 grams. Let us consider that these birds are now 3 weeks old, okay? Let's now consider that. So we need between 150 to 200 grams. Now, if we look at our weighing here, the results that came out, the first bird had 173 grams. The second one had this. So if you can see this, you see that my birds are really picking on the weight very, very well. Except a few, like this one is 110. Like this one is 210. Then I have this one which is 212. Okay, these are birds that can be extremely very heavy, okay, if you overfeed the birds. So that's why I said weighing of these birds' feed is very, very important, and that will only happen if you know the feed intake of each baby chick or each bird. So you calculate with the total number of the birds that you have. So we are doing a great job. Our birds are picking on the weight very well. At least they are within the range, except this one, which is still at 148. And then we have this one, which is still at 112. In fact, this is the smallest. We have like 3 which are now very, very small. Then the other 7, I think, like the other 9 are also small, but you can see they've started picking on the weight. So we have this one, which is too small, which is 112. Then we have 148, 147. But remember, in the beginning, I already told you we have around 12 birds, which are not very, very heavy like the rest of the birds. So that means that what we are doing here, we are doing the right thing and we are on the right track. So that also speaks a lot about the production of your birds. So someone out there might think it is not important to weigh these chicks, but it is very important for you as a farmer or a beginner to have the weighing scale to always weigh your birds to see how your birds are performing. So right now, they are still resting. Others are resting, as you can see, and others are feeding. So like I said, they don't feed at the same time. Others feed, they go and rest, then the rest come. But make sure that throughout the night, the birds have the feeds. Now, someone might ask me that, Alinga, are you not switching off the lights for these birds? Like I gave you the light duration that these birds are supposed to have. I remember one of you told me that at least the birds should finish 3 weeks when they have lights all the time, throughout the day and throughout the night, before you start switching off the lights. So when I read that comment, I said, okay, let me do that. So that is why I was still also leaving these birds to have the lights throughout the day and throughout the night. But when they are now, when they're in the 4th week, we shall start switching off lights for some time, and then we let them rest, then we switch on the lights. Okay? So for today, that is all I had for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you so much for loving me. But if you're still new, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Click on the notification bell so that you never miss out any upload. Share this video. Comment in the comment section down below. And I'll be so grateful. See you next time. I love you all. Bye-bye.